I want to welcome everybody to my channel, The Candy Shop. I am so excited. The Candy Shop. So this is my story time, The Candy Shop. How is everyone doing out there? The Candy Shop. I am so excited. The Candy Shop. I am so excited. The Candy Shop. But I want to welcome everybody. I was about to start it again. Hello, everybody. I am Candace, and this is The Candy Shop, and this is Lace and Cocktails. I have Hannah. Introduce yourself.
I'm Hannah.
I change up my intro every time. And we have
it's okay. It's your show.
Yes. Well, we have Lashida joining us shortly. If you saw in my description, I basically told you guys what we're going to talk about, and I talked about our signature drink made by Chef Hannah. So Hannah, tell us about the drink a little bit.
Okay, so the drink is just simple. It's Bacardi, cranberry, Minute Maid juice, frozen fruit, an umbrella, champagne, and a straw.
All right, cool. And it's very tasty. I had a little lifesaver because her garnish is like a lifesaver.
And lifesavers.
Gummy lifesaver, and mine's done fell in my glass. But this is a really good drink. I got my little umbrella. I spent a little money today because it's payday. So I was able to get it.
Which is so good.
Oh, hey, Bree.
Hey, Bree. Thanks,
Bree. She's here for your hair. Yes, so we are going to get into it. Lashida will be joining us shortly. I think she's getting her drink together. But I want to talk about this first. Why do people believe that it's hard for women to get along? So, I want to shout out my friend Lee Black. He has Real Talk for Real Men. It's a show that we go on periodically. Actually, I've been doing the show every week, but that may die down. But I want to shout him out. Make sure you comment, like, and share, and subscribe to not only my channel, but also his channel as well. He has some very good content, very entertaining. But there was a topic on his show, Toxic Masculinity. And one of the things that they talked about was how women do not get along, but men do. Now, first of all, I'm finna say it, who the fuck are we kidding? Excuse my language. Men are the biggest competing body of humans ever. Men compete, but they said women compete. So Hannah, I want your take on it, and I'm gonna give my full opinion on that.
I think the problem with that statement is a lot of non-women who have this statement. And the statement sometimes comes from men who compare us to other women, or women feel as though they have to be compared, and they feel as though I can't get along with her because that's my competition. But when we realize we're not in competition, like we are not in competition. Hey, Lawrence.
Hey, Lawrence.
We don't have to be in competition with each other. We can celebrate each other. We can learn from each other. We can grow with each other. And I think when enough women take some, it's not all, but sometimes if we take some men out the equation and we can just have our own minds and think for ourselves, realize that we can help each other a lot more than hate each other, and we can get along. Like exactly. I'm a big advocate for women. I love encouraging and speaking to women and uplifting women every day. Exactly. You're big on that. That's why I love your channel, because you're big on encouraging women. I love it.
Yes. So I am very big on encouraging women, but I do hold women accountable too. The ones that bash other women, I hold them accountable. Not to say that makes me think of them any less, but I'm going to call you out if I have to. But as for women getting along, we've all had those situations where, oh, hey, Angel. They love it, Hannah. You got to do this look again. You got to do this look.
I love my short hair.
And hey, Kennard. So, but we've all had those situations where when you first go into to say like a new job or just a new environment, at times women do act funny. But I feel like it's just people in general. Everyone is guarded at some point. So I don't equate that to being just women being like that. But everyone is guarded. I'll say this in my situation when I've experienced women so-called hating on me or that I felt were jealous of me. Eventually, we became friends once they got to know me, and once I just started talking and brought my personality out, we were friends. And so I feel like that's with anybody you meet, they're not gonna trust you right off the bat. So you do have people that love misery, and some men can be just as conniving as women. So I don't agree when they say that we women can't get along. I think that's untrue. And Lauren says it's natural for people to be guarded in situations that are unknown. Exactly. So I agree with that. I want Sheeta to come and give her opinion before we move on. But
Candace, can
Hannah,
I say one thing about what you said though?
yes.
That part when you said that people feel some type of way until they got to know you. I
Mm-hmm.
have dealt with that actually in workplaces.
Mm-hmm.
That people thought I was a certain way, and then they get to know me like, oh, you're down to earth. Like, what did you expect from me being silent? So sometimes
Exactly.
silence can people might take your silence as you being a certain way, which is I don't know why, but they will take that as something negative.
Exactly. So welcome Sheeta to the show.
Hey, girl.
I'm loving the lipstick. It matches
I'm
my
about to say I
candy
love
shop
the
color.
lipstick.
Thank you. And oh, I tried on this drink. I was got
See, yours looks like me and Sheeta's drink looks the same.
It does.
it
Go
takes the
follow
pro
the
to get
video.
it takes the pro to get it together.
So Sheeta, we were talking about,
I heard you.
yeah, okay, good. So what are your thoughts on that?
Women definitely can get it together. It is a sense of competitiveness at times, but it really kind of roots back to what your mama taught you. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And really, I don't get when women will hang around people that they know that they're competitive with, in a sense of they don't have their back. You know what I mean? Like they or it's like when a person will hang around someone that they feel inferior to,
Mm-hmm.
waiting for the downfall sometimes, you know what I mean? Appearing to, you know, or that might be the one that the guys are kind of mentioning, appearing to seem like they're one of the girls, but are really just the competitive one or sidebar. But overall, I think women definitely do get along. They aren't that competitive. They're more supportive because by nature we're just warm and more caring and nurturing. So,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? I mean, you may find women of different generations hanging around each other more and relating
Yeah.
more than the same, because just as true as it may be, at the same age, you may not be on the same level.
Yeah.
I agree.
And but like you said, biologically we are more empathetic to situations. We are more understanding. And
Mm-hmm.
I know on Kevin Samuel's channel they hate when we say we feel like we think or whatever. But that we are emotional people. We can't it's nothing we can get away from. I'm proud to show my feelings. I think more men need to do that. But I 100% agree with you, Lashida. Definitely in regards to age as well, because a
Mm-hmm.
lot of times when those so-called jealous people are in the work environment, most of the time they've been a lot older than me. But I will say this: there was a girl that started a rumor about me at one of my old jobs that I had sex with all of the men in the office. She put on a little show. She had our phone thing from This Is What I Hear. She had the they do the phone. What is that? The everybody's number in the company or whatever.
The
She
Rolodex.
had it, and she was like, she was with this person, this person, this person, this person, and so that hurt my feelings so much because one, I hadn't been with anybody there. I dated one guy at that job, but it hurt my feelings so bad because I'm like, I'm just nice to these people. Why are they doing this? And
You
this lady,
the HR?
huh? No,
Your
I didn't report her to HR,
I would
but
have.
one
Information
yes,
secret.
Lawrence is right. He said directory. Yes, she pulled out the directory. But one lady came to me, and I'm still friends with her till this day. I haven't talked to her in a minute, but we're friends on Facebook. She came to me and she was like, Candace, she was like, you're young, you're pretty, you have a nice personality. People are gonna be threatened by that. And she said, you ain't the first and you ain't gonna be the last. You better get over it, girl. And then one of our other coworkers came to me and she was like, why are you letting a secretary make you upset?
That part.
So I let it go, but I learned, and that was at a time I was young, like 27, 28. So I was like, it was 10 years ago, and I was in a different space. Now that I'm a full-fledged grown woman, if that happened this time, I would laugh like, girl, please, bye. Don't you have some files to file?
You know what, Candace, though? I feel like in the workplace, there could be a lot of cattiness, like a lot you don't know about, because only reason how I found out, I heard things in my workplace, but I didn't really know. And I got my best friend hired at a company, but she was in another department. And one time I walked by, and the rumor was I had a fake butt, whatever that, like, bye. But they said it to my best friend. Now, my best friend don't play. Let me just say that right there. She don't care where she at, what happened, workplace. If somebody say something about me, you know, when you had that one friend that's my best friend. And she was going off, and I'm like, what is going on? I'm coming down there, and I'm like, wait, but she was like, they up here lying on you and saying these rumors. And they were like, you know her? She was like, since we were kids. This is my best friend. But they didn't know that because we were in two different departments in the same company. So that's when I realized, like, oh, so what the people were saying, I'm thinking is rumors. This is really the rumor around the office. And I'm like, where did it come from? Why is it a rumor? And what is the point of it? Because we all come to work, we work the same hours, and we go home. So for you to start rumors or cattiness, I just never understood that reason for people to start rumors in a workplace for no reason.
Well, what somebody, I think my mom or my aunt used to say is, when people don't know enough about you, they will make it up.
Yes, that is so true.
Okay, that makes sense though.
That is definitely so true, especially
when they could just keep your mouth, your name out of their mouth, but they can't do it. They want business, or they're deflecting. They want the attention on you because to keep it away from them.
They definitely do that. Good evening, Kenny. Welcome to the show.
Kenny.
So I want to move to the next topic. So we're going to talk about Kevin Samuels, and I think I titled this video that. Woo! So Kevin Samuels, the prize. So this week, well, first of all, let me explain this. Kevin Samuels has a contest for both men and women where he have people like submit, I guess, their pictures and things about themselves, and he selects who he thinks is the prize, and he showcases it on all his social platforms. Well, he showcased this lady, and she's a beautiful young lady. Beautiful. So I'm going to show y'all the young lady.
Very beautiful.
Here she is right here. She's very pretty.
Yes.
And then I'm going to show you guys, I'm going to give you a few minutes to look at that and just observe. So she looks like she has some money. She has those red bottoms on. That was the first thing I noticed. But she looks pretty. To me, it's nothing wrong with her at all. So some of the things that he said with her, let me take this banner down. He basically said that she's 32. She's from Dallas, Tech. Well, she's originally from California, but lives in Dallas. She's pursuing her career in real estate while also maintaining a small business, creating beautiful handmade home decor. So I guess she makes home decorations or something like that at home. In her free time, she enjoys traveling, exploring. She's passionate, optimistic in every situation. She prays to be a beautiful, loving wife and mother, and she's volunteered and donated to the Autism Society of America. So to me, it's nothing wrong. It's nothing wrong with this woman at all. But his followers in them comments went all the way in, and if you notice now on Instagram, Kevin Samuels turns his comments off. He doesn't allow his comments, but these were some of the comments on the show. This guy said, what's her dress size? What's her height? How much does she weigh? All of that. He said, these are some of the questions Kevin asked the ladies. So that was one comment. This next one, the tattoo and ankle bracelet, surely deduction. She has a weave, another deduction. Kevin went against his own standards of judgment. True hypocrisy. And the last comment I got, somebody said, so what does she actually look like without all the cake makeup on, fake eyebrows, fake eyelashes, fake nails, fake everything? If you want to do that for a professional or fantasy photo shoot, then whatever. But we need to see the real photo. So this is my thing. Why are these men being so critical? Like their leader, Kevin Samuels, presented her. Like, what are y'all thoughts on this? I was blown by this. The comments were hilarious, but he doesn't like it now. But go ahead, Hannah.
You know why they went in on like that? Because Kevin Samuels goes in on women like that who comes on his show. The comments that they were saying is what he says to women. But he did not like it when they were saying it to a woman who he idolized or thought was a prize to him. So he can tear down other women, but when he thinks a woman is a certain way and he likes that look, and if someone says the same exact things he says out of his mouth, it's an issue. And you can dish it, but you can't take it. Just like he says all this about how women are this and that, but he had Tommy from Love and Hip Hop and was in a fantasy world and even met up with her afterwards. But you talking about how women have to be this and women have to be that, and we have to be at certain standards. And I was unaware that Tommy was the prize. But you know, it's only the prize when it's in his eyes. So yeah, he can.
Well, he thought she was the prize, but them
she's
followers.
A beautiful woman too. She's a beautiful woman. She has her own small business, which I respect because I have a small business. I mean, I also have a full-time job because my small business ain't off the ground yet. So she can make her home decorations, but I understand she's a beautiful woman with careers and goals, but people tore it down. Thanks.
Yes, hey there, Sal. See, Hannah? You got to do the look again. So, Lashita, what are your thoughts on how the prize itself, the woman, plus how his followers reacted?
I don't know. See, I missed a lot of the girls that he would bring on, or I've seen only a couple. And in comparison, even what comes into question is when we talked about the colorism, because she is also, you know, lighter.
Yeah.
Because her legs look lighter. I can't look at the makeup. I gotta look at her leg. And I just don't think it's fair. I just think he's being what is it? He's being, I don't know, he's being biased basically.
Definitely.
His top are going to be the ones that literally are his top. That's going to be his top 3, top 5, whatever that he would marry if he could.
Exactly. J-Rock said, were they followers or trolls? It was majority followers. These were the men that usually follow him. And this is my take on that. So I've been in these YouTube streets with my channel for a minute now where I've gotten to learn and watch a lot. And so I know that there are several movements, the Red Pill movement, MGTOW, which has been going their own way, and Save Yourselves, Black Men. So these were movements prior to Kevin Samuels. When Kevin Samuels, when Kevin Samuels, his video went viral of him going off on that lady, because prior to him going off on that lady, his page was basically about men development and working on yourself as a gentleman, and he would go in on men as well. But when this video went viral of him going off on a black woman that a lot of black men actually would not be able to date, even though they called her ugly or average at best, she was not checking for those men that follow him or that are in those movements. So when that went viral, his content changed for that particular audience. It was like he was catering or pandering, as we say, to that audience. And so this was an audience that was built up prior to him, but he started like pandering to that and building off that. That's who was viewing his stuff. So I say these were followers. They would call him Brother Kev and Father Kev and all this other stuff. But now, Lawrence said, somebody said a bad word, colorism. Lawrence, I need to have you on my men show because I like your views. But
about to say Lawrence be coming with them good points.
yes. So Lauren said chasing views. Exactly. So it's like he's pandering to these people. I feel like Lauren said earlier, he created these monsters. He attracted these monsters, not realizing that they would one day turn against him. Because if you listen to Kevin Samuels, yes, he speaks some truth, but he kind of pandered to them and did it harshly and very rudely to women. And it was focused primarily on Black women. And so when you listen to his past shows now, I watched a live from him a few days ago where he was like, I'm in the Black club. I'm about building Black couples. And you guys, what you did on my page with that young lady was just horrible. So the comments will be off. He was.
Yes. Wait, he said that?
Yes.
But can I say one thing?
Yes, ma'am.
I did see I hate watching his videos, but I do watch them. I can't lie. He had a video with he said you would be a good woman if she had her own hair. Mm-hmm. She had her business. She was pretty woman. She didn't have no makeup on, anything. She was pretty without her makeup. He said, rate yourself. She said, I'm a 10. He laughed in her face.
Well,
like laughed in her face.
Not to cut you off, but remember we had the men on here and they don't believe in a 10. Even my husband doesn't believe that a woman can be a 10. To them, that's perfect. There is no woman out there that is flawless and perfect. So I can see why he laughed. I listen to my husband, but women, we think differently. When we think of 10s, we not only think of looks, we think of like what we bring to the table, our knowledge, who we are as a complete person. And so it's nothing wrong with us thinking like that. And I want to remind women that it's nothing wrong to think like that. Men feel like it is because it inflates our egos. It's an inflated ego where we're trying to desire men that are out of our category. I'm going to say this though, like I believe in God, and with God, we all look the same. And so what you might have today can be taken away tomorrow. So if you want to feel confident and you are that 10 in your mind, continue to feel that way, because in the end, life is short. Don't live your life thinking like a second-class citizen. Think about slavery. If we would have kept that slave mindset, we would still be slaves, because they were telling us we were beneath them, we were superior. And so please don't let a man tell you you are inferior. I'm sorry, they were telling us they were superior, but please don't let a man tell you you are inferior just because of what you look like to him. And that's another thing. Beauty is subjective. So those are my issues. Yeah, those are my issues. So Lauren said no such thing as 10s. What? Yeah, most of the men that came on my show, Lauren, they all said it was no 10. They had never seen a 10 before, and that's a unicorn. A 10 is a unicorn.
I think Rihanna's a 10, but I just like
I think Beyonce is a 10.
Beyonce not a 10 to me. And I love Beyonce. But
see,
Rihanna is a 10.
Beyonce is a 10 to me. Rihanna is a 10. Angela Bassett is a 10.
Angela is definitely a 10. At 60, what's she? 65, do you see her?
Yes.
Do you see her?
It's a lot of 10s. The original Foxy Brown is a 10 to me all day. So I see a lot of 10s, but I know
10s. I definitely see 10s. But I feel like if you feel like you're a 10, don't let someone who has the mindset of a 2 or the language of a 1 tell you and destroy your self-confidence. If you wake up and feel like you're a 10, then you're a 10. And you know what's crazy? I'm not gonna lie. Before I used to wear no makeup or anything, and my ex-husband made me start wearing makeup. And he got mad because I got more people trying to talk to me without makeup, which was shocking to me.
Well, most men like natural women.
Like I find that. Like, you need to put on more makeup and this and that. And it kind of took my self-confidence. But when I got out of that, I realized, like, no, I gotta be happy for me, because I've always had high confidence. And I can't lie, I did lose confidence in myself. But after that, I got my confidence back. Like, I was not at all. Yeah. I know what I bring. But I think sometimes when we allow, and I'm speaking from experience, when we allow someone to destroy just one little, and to me, mental abuse is sometimes worse and longer lasting than physical.
That's
Yeah.
how they.
When we let
That's how
somebody
they
mentally
keep.
tell us something, it's a dangerous thing.
Mm-hmm.
And
I
that's it, because
definitely
the
agree.
Bacardi is hitting.
I did. Yeah. I had to buy a cheaper rum, so it ain't hitting yet. I done poured all my drink from
Listen,
my.
I'm coming to Georgia in the summer, Candace. We gonna be
Yes,
drinking.
yes. I need you to
Oh,
make all the drinks.
I'll be right there. I gotta come every year for my family. I'll be right there.
Yes, but Lashita,
I had to make tequila. I didn't have Bacardi.
Tequila is my favorite.
Yeah.
yes. So I'm gonna move to the next topic. Are y'all ready?
Ooh, I
It's
don't know. I'm scared.
it's related to colorism, but it's called featurism. So featurism is basically let's take OG because that's what's hot right now. OG has very Afrocentric features. She looks very African. And so, with the what is it, the Western world, European world, they don't like our features. They don't like our noses, our lips, all of that, even though they get their lips and all that inflated to look like ours. But what are y'all thoughts on featurism? So this goes along with colorism as well, because what someone may it's like as Black women already they say we're just not attractive. We don't have, and Kevin Samuels, I will say that he said that too. Like him being an image specialist or a consultant, he says that according to European standards, the Black woman's face is not, the measurements of it are not attractive. We don't fall into the measurements of attractiveness. And so we are the least attractive when it comes to women on this earth. And so I think that for one, that's just a
But we
crazy,
age the best.
yes, it's just a crazy perspective. But I do think featurism is out there because if you see someone that looks they have African features, a lot of times they are labeled as ugly, and it's only because of their features. So what are y'all thoughts on that? This is different, a little different than colorism, but it still deals with looks, outward appearance.
What is OG? What is OG?
OG, she's one of the ladies on Basketball Wives. So on the last season, her and Evelyn, did you ever watch Basketball Wives?
Mhm.
Her and Evelyn went back and forth. OG is like dark skin. She's a brown skin woman. She looks, I think she is African. She's African, I
Is
believe.
that the one who said Ocho Cinco wanted me?
Yes.
Okay, so I saw that meme. So then I didn't watch that season, but I saw that.
Yeah, she's African. And so and I'm gonna get to Darcel's comment in a second. But OG is African. Her and Evelyn were going back and forth. Evelyn sent this monkey meme saying that she was just laughing, but OG took offense to that. Or it was
A monkey?
a monkey emoji. And so
No,
Evelyn
she
was like,
didn't. No,
she
she
was like,
didn't.
that was Evelyn
No, she
on this.
didn't.
Yes, on this season of Basketball Wives, she was like, it was just a joke. That was the only emoji I can think of that looked like that, laughing, or I don't know what she said. But some people say that Evelyn meant nothing. I feel like she did. Don't refer to me as a monkey. Like
Yeah,
I feel
refer
like
to any Black person as a monkey.
We are all Black women on here. You
yes.
know that the monkey is the worst thing you can say, and especially if you're a darker woman.
Mm-hmm. And Evelyn,
I'm a dark skinned woman, so
yeah, Evelyn tried to,
she
in
knew what she was
a
doing.
beautiful dark skinned woman, but no, Evelyn tried to
been
come.
around for a long time to know what she was
But
doing.
she tried to say she's Afro Latina and all this.
Bye.
So Darcel said, often we are made to dislike our own features only to later see other races paying for what we have naturally. Exactly. Crazy. And so Lauren said our features are the best. Yes, they are. Angel said, yeah, that's sad because all Black is beautiful. Exactly. And Lauren said, I love Black women. There is nothing in the world like them. Thank you, Lawrence.
Thank you, Lauren.
So, but the featurism is real. In the modeling world, they want more of a European Western look. They're not checking for us. And I watched an old episode of Tyra on colorism as well, colorism and featurism, which was good. And she said that when you look at high fashion models, they want the purest form, so they choose the darkest Black person the darkest African, but she said high fashion modeling, you don't make a lot of money. In commercial modeling, they may choose a lighter skinned black person, and that black person is actually making all the money and commercially. And so that was interesting. I always thought high fashion models made money, like Alec Weck, that model from a few years ago. I thought she was like really making some money. Naomi Campbell. But Naomi Campbell is also commercial too. So I know she's high fashion and commercial.
She's beautiful.
Yes. So
it's just trash, but she's beautiful.
It's just interesting on who sets the standard of beauty and all of that. But when you go places, like it's different everywhere. We can go to other places and people worship the ground we walk on. So I just hate that in America we have these issues of colorism and of featurism, and it's real. And I know a lot of black men, thank God Lawrence acknowledges it, but most black men don't acknowledge that.
But you know what, though, in our world with black men, not all, because there's a lot of black men who accept all, but you and Lashida will be more acceptable than I would be. And it's sad, because us as women, we would accept each other. But they would compare us to each other.
I know. I told you I think I told y'all on my last show. I don't know. I can't remember if I did it because I was a little tipsy last week. But
we were all tipsy.
Yeah, a guy commented on my show, and he put the percentages of black women and how they get married based off of color. And I thought that was so crazy. Like, who the hell would do a study on the color? Like, first of all, color of us is subjective, because what one person might think is light skin and another person might think is browner skin. But he called me safe brown, and then he said there's light skin and then there's dark skin women. He was like, safe brown, you can get away with it like a light skin woman. And so it's crazy. I feel like men, no offense to men, I'm gonna stop bashing men, but I do feel like men put that. Yeah, we love you, but some men put that whole colorism thing on us. But I'll say this, we as women, we have what we want too, because some of us want light-skinned men and some of us want dark-skinned men. So actually it's a problem within the black community, period, on both sides. I can say that.
So hold that thought.
Oh man.
But I made the comments before, like, me and you are the exact same personality-wise. Hannah's younger than me though. But a
man told me that I wasn't dark. I can't call, y'all know I'm dark skinned. A man told me that I can't call myself dark skinned because I'm not dark enough. What the heck does that mean?
He wants you to be African dark.
He was like, you're not dark skinned. You like a light chocolate. What the hell is light chocolate?
It's you milk chocolate, I guess. Milk chocolate.
Like what? I'm dark skinned. But he told me, you're not dark skinned. You just want to claim it. Like I didn't say anything. I
had a man tell me, you lucky you're not one shade lighter, because I would have dropped your ass. He didn't like light-skinned women. Didn't. Yes, he thought my attitude was bad.
Wow.
What?
You mocha. So what I was saying is, I love this whole movement of
color. One thing, when you got up, I love the back of your shirt is everything. This so sexy and everything. I see it.
I want one. I love shirts with the back.
I love it.
It's a little peekaboo.
But yeah.
So what I went to get was this.
Oh, you got that for your son?
Heck yeah, for me too. Because in teaching art, that was the number one thing that I was going to do. Like our clays were a variety of clay. Our these, and they come in crayons. No, we're not going to limit you to the one brown marker and then the one little peach. It might have one or two peach crayons, and then we're just calling each other black or white. No, we're not going to do that. We're going to learn the hues. We're going to talk about the variation. We're going to really look at the detail in it. And when you're learning how to draw, that's what I want you to see. I don't want you to see what you think in your head, like, oh, I'm going to draw a football shape, solid brown, and then thinking that's a black person. Like, I don't teach my child that, because he just recently had to do a project where he had to draw himself. And yes, best believe I pull this out and it has all the colors listed. And I said, well, what do you think you
Oh, wow.
Lashida's so creative, architecture major from Tuskegee, or Tuskegee University.
Yes.
Yes.
I love her creativeness every time.
And because and that's just my motivation, my basically my vision, my mantra, my goal is to have people see things differently. Stop falling for the okie doke. Don't be spoon fed. See things differently. Be open to think differently. And the color spectrum is just so wide and so long and so beautiful. You have to value the whole color, the whole array of color, and not fall for this and that. And especially in makeup, I'm so glad that makeups have a wide variety of color now.
Finally.
Finally. And even, even with Kim coming out with her line, she recognized, in addition to her butt, that she, is.
I'm a Kim Kardashian fan. I know a lot of people.
I am too. But she recognized she needed to have an array of color. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Even with olive skin color or whatever
What'd you say?
I said Riri was first, then they came on it, but okay. Because Riri, remember, she came with every undertone.
With Rihanna's makeup, I told you I don't like it. It just does not look good on my skin.
Her makeup.
I didn't know she had makeup.
Her makeup actually fits my undertones.
Okay.
So for darker women, it's actually perfect. I'm not gonna lie though, I do put Dior on top. Don't judge me. But for my undertones, that's the only makeup for a darker woman that can actually, and my skin is not oily or anything. And I've never had that besides her makeup.
Maybe I chose wrong because her makeup makes me orange. Like it's like it has an orange effect on my skin.
So they have a skin test where she has like 6 of them.
I did it, but I just was orange, so I don't like it. But see, Angel says she loves Fenty, but no, I use Crayon Case by Super Scent, and I use MAC. Yeah, so I use MAC and Crayon Case. Those are the two that I buy, and then I like drugstore makeup. CoverGirl I've always been a CoverGirl.
I put that under my eyes. I have to put CoverGirl under my eyes. So it's Mariah.
Well, I don't wear a lot of makeup. I just wear it just to enhance my features, type of thing. I do love. I don't wear it like what MAC kind of promotes. MAC really promotes heavy on stage, in front, glamour.
Yeah,
closest to a palette of paint. You know what I mean? Type of style of makeup.
Yes, I love it. I have my MAC lipstick right here to freshen up my lipstick.
But for me, I do tend to weigh towards a more natural look, which is a little bit of pop. And my friend has her own makeup line, and it's Demir.
Oh,
yeah, Black owned. It's Demir. You can look it up.
Can you send me that information?
Yes.
I have to support us.
You can post it. But yes, she is. She has her own makeup line. It considers the hypoallergenic. Is that right?
Oh,
yeah.
Okay. And she just came out with the new not the powder, but what's the liquid? The liquid. But
foundation.
Yeah, and it's a custom.
Oh, Candace, you made this bigger.
It's custom.
Yeah, you trying to you better let your blackness show. I wish I had that. It's like I know this is too much information, but I got mine pushed up to have a little something.
I had none.
You need to give me some. What
you can take them. You can take them at any point in time. I would give it away.
Oh, Angel said MAC is forever go, but had to support Black business with Fenty. Yes. I do like Black makeup. Back in the day we had Fashion Fair. That was our makeup. I don't know who still wears Fashion Fair.
I remember that line.
Yes, it came in pink containers. And remember, they used to have the Ebony Fashion Fair fashion show and all of that.
Yeah.
Only in colleges.
Yes, so very old school. But I want to thank you, Lashida. You should put that in the main comments for everyone to see.
How do I do
put
that?
It in private.
Okay, I see it says comments. I see it.
Yeah. So I want to go to the next topic. I'm gonna pull myself out though because I want to make me another drink. But I want y'all to start it off. I done poured everything from this in my glass.
Yeah.
So I need to make another one. But the next topic we're going to talk about is
the whole shaker.
Yes, ma'am. You see this?
Yay.
But we're going to talk about Kevin Samuels versus Derrick Jaxn. For those that don't know,
Derrick Jaxn.
And you know he graduated from Tuskegee.
He's an asshole, and I
was friends with him.
I like Derrick Jaxn.
I was friends with him before the popularity.
He's an ass.
And I'm gonna tell y'all the story of him when I get back. But Hannah, I want to hear why you don't like Derrick Jaxn.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll say my reasons why I don't like him. So at first, I'm gonna be honest. I listened to him, and I realized the man who he says he is not who he is, because a lot of things he says, he says he's encouraging women, but instead I see a lot of videos where we're being teared down and saying what we're doing wrong and why we're attracting the men we do, but not holding the men accountable. And my brother, God rest his soul, my brother was this type of man. And I saw it, and I witnessed my brother being this type of man. And when I see him, I saw who my brother was and how he would tell me about these type of men. And it's a lot that he says, like, I like to encourage us. You can tell us if we're wrong, but don't tear us down and don't hold the men accountable. So I feel like a lot of women listen to him, which you can, but don't tear us down because you're telling, you're the reason why you don't have a man is because you do this and you do that. And like I saw one video where he was talking about how women are, and instead of him saying what men are, he's just telling us every single thing that's wrong with us as women. But there are men out here who don't have their shit together. And there are women out there. I'm going to use me as an example because I don't mind using myself. I've been through some stuff. So I was at that. If I was listening to him, I was a wife who worked 6 hours away, still came home, still cooked dinner, still made sure the kids was fine, still make sure the clothes was ironed, still make sure everything was fine, and got criticized for it, and still was having sex on a regular. So let's put it all out there. I wasn't slacking on any part, and I was working and tired at the time. And I listened to some of his videos. What'd you say?
You said criticized from your husband or just
my ex-husband?
I mean, I'm saying
not this one. Thank the Lord.
I mean, I'm saying you still receive criticism.
I was being criticized from him, and when I listen to some of his videos, he says, "Women, if you do this and that, you would have a man." But I did all that. And that man didn't appreciate all that. So sometimes it does not matter what you do as a woman. If a man wants to step out, he will. If a man wants to lie to your face, he will. And I'm not just saying men, because there's women out here.
I was going to say it's people.
There's women out here who have good men. And instead of them appreciating the good men and our black men that are good men, they're just acting like, I don't want to say words, but you know. So it's not both sides, but I feel like you don't know both sides of the story. So you can't say, women, if you do this and that, then this why if you don't do this and that, you don't have a man that can appreciate you, because that's not true. Because from experience, I've been through that, and I'm thinking if I do everything right, oh, my man's gonna be here. My man's not gonna do that because I'm doing everything right in the household. But if a man or a woman want to step out, it don't matter what you do. You can give them oral sex from the time the door open to the time they go to bed. It does not matter. You can cook, clean, and everything. If a person does not want to be faithful to you, it does not matter. We have people like Kevin Samuels and Derrick Jaxn who try to tell people, if you do this and that, but everybody's different, because there's some people out here that don't do a damn thing and get treated like kings and queens.
Yes. How do you get the good ones and you don't do shit?
And don't do sugar honey iced tea.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you,
But
Hannah.
get the best men and women in the world.
I like Derrick Jaxn. The times that I've seen him, because I haven't gone.
I'm not laughing at you, Lashida. I just
Yeah, I
saw
was
Jay's
laughing at
comment.
Jay's comment.
I just
but
saw Jay's comment.
I was when I was off screen, I saw that and put it up. I was like, that's hilarious.
I haven't researched or looked at him a lot. The things that I catch are the little inserts he's trying to give, and then refers to his book. But it wasn't to the women, it was to the men. It was telling them, you're not this type of man, or you I mean, it wasn't the advice for the women. It was just kind of dissecting the male. You know, that's why I liked him. I didn't get to see his full content and see, who he really I guess his platform. Basically, I haven't went on his actual page.
Yeah.
But the times that I have saw him, it was enough to make me want to go read his book and see what he's saying. But I didn't feel like he was talking to me as a female or telling females what to do. I felt like it was kind of like, in a relationship, when you're doing this is why this happens. So that's why I kind of liked him.
Well, my thoughts with Kevin Samuels and Derrick Jaxn, I see them equally the same. I'm a marketing major.
Okay.
So they both went into their particular market and it worked for them. With Derrick Jaxn, I will say this. Me and him are actually friends on Facebook from years ago when he was a student at Tuskegee. So I knew him actually before the fame. And once he graduated from college, it was him and another guy that I'm still friends with to this day. They started modeling, and I'm sometimes I wonder why were they not in rave review, but they were modeling. And the other guy is a fireman now, but he still models, and I think his TikToks go viral or something like that. But Derrick Jaxn, I felt like he wanted to change his image. So the modeling might not have been bringing in money. He was a nice looking guy. He saw Steve Harvey, because this is when Derrick Jaxn wrote his book. Derrick Jaxn wrote that book when Steve Harvey had the whole think like a man. Yeah. Act like a woman, think like a man. So Derrick Jaxn wrote his book, and all of a sudden he blew up. So it was like he watched, because I think Derrick Jaxn's major is sales and marketing as well. He watched Steve Harvey's hustle, and then he figured out what would make him money, and he built a following off of that. And so now, like, a lot of his stuff he does, sometimes it seems like attack fuck boys, as he call it, or F boys. He talks a lot about it. He talks about women upliftment, but sometimes it's not realistic. And I just say this with both, because Kevin Samuels speaks some truth as well. Like I said, he speaks truth, but it's harsh at times, and he's also pandering. But you as a person, you have to remember that you have to heal you. Can't no one tell you how to be in a relationship until you figure out who you are for yourself. Like, with these people online and on these platforms, I wouldn't even be listening to them. For me, it's pure entertainment. But if I really want to focus on me and focus on finding a partner, I'm going to go to therapy. I'm going to speak to someone, because I respect a licensed professional over a YouTube therapist. And so both of them are entertaining to me. I like both. I want to do a separate video on this topic with more research. But yeah, Charles said the devil's nectar is always in Hannah's hand.
Charles, yes. What the hell up?
Charles, Hannah's well, I don't even have my drink no more. I was going to say Hannah sponsored or made these drinks, but mine's is just
YouTube.
Mine's just Bacardi and cranberry now with a little champagne. But no, both of them have a hustle. Yes, both of them have a hustle. I respect it.
That's your money.
They've inspired me to do it. I'm trying to find my niche. I do these shows. I talk more about women's issues, and I'm just waiting for that one time where I blow up. And yeah, yeah.
And
so
I will.
Yeah, I don't
see it coming. You will.
Yeah, I don't see any fault though in either man. They're talking to two different audiences, and it's pure entertainment for me. It's a hustle. Like, I respect the hustle. I don't have to like everything that you say, but I respect what you do. So yes.
I agree with that.
Yeah, so now we're gonna go to the last topic. This is a hot topic of love and marriage, Huntsville. So Lashita, you in Huntsville? That's your hometown.
Vegas, Rocky
So
City.
for those that watch the show or don't watch the show, it features 3 or 4 couples on there. I can't remember the number of couples, but the main couple is Martell and Melanie Hope. Martell has been cheating on his wife, Melody, for the past 5 years with a mistress. And the rumor on the street is that he has a baby by this woman, and Melanie is now divorcing him because of that rumor. And so recently, their show made it to the Shade Room. The Shade Room had some clips, never before seen clips that will actually air tomorrow on the new episode about Martell basically trying to explain why he cheated. He basically cheated because Melody wouldn't do that. And so the clip that I'm going to show you all, it talks about, well, it's their perspective. It's the second half. So the first clip, I didn't feel like airing that. So just watch this clip and we'll discuss it afterwards. Let me take my banner down and I'm going to show you all this clip.
Talking and all that and pleading with my wife and it wasn't changing. There got to be a line drawn somewhere.
Unfortunately, I'm in a situation where, you know, my spouse is just absolutely saying no to something, but I can only imagine it's extremely frustrating if you're asking for sexual favors from the one person on earth you're allowed to have sex with.
The one person that you're anywhere, anytime.
Anytime.
The one person that you're committed to.
And it's not a no because of physical disability.
You're saying that you're tired.
That would be hard for me to accept as a hardworking husband. I'll be honest with you.
I understand.
That'd be tough.
It's a very, very difficult place to put your spouse, you know, in, because now what you're basically saying, it's just me. It's what you want.
Yeah.
I understand where Martell's coming from right now. If you voice your opinion and your spouse isn't helping you out in that, look it up, leave or cheat. Do what you're right.
Talking and all that.
Oh, sorry. But I kind of cut Maurice off because he was trying to justify it too, saying that because Melanie because Melanie did not do that sexual favor for Martell, he was somewhat justified in it. Like, what can she expect? So I think that is complete bullshit. I'm sorry. When you cheat, yeah. Okay. When you cheat, that's about the person cheating. You could have went, and I said this in a video yesterday. I did a promo for this show yesterday, and I said it like, you need to go to therapy. You need to talk to your partner. It is not her fault that you are choosing to step out in that marriage. You cannot blame the other person for your cheating because you made that choice. Did you go to her? Did you try different methods? And then in the end, if it was that important, why not just divorce her? Like, so what are y'all thoughts on that? I'm getting heated now.
I'm getting pissed. Lashita, I'm gonna let you go because I'm getting pissed. I'm gonna calm down.
Well, we had this discussion before, and I said, and I was asking the guys, you know, is that a deal breaker?
You did say that.
I did.
I wasn't on that show.
Because, oh yeah, you were driving.
I was driving back to North Carolina.
But it's not just one act, you know what I mean? People have just different things that they like to please themselves once they find out, right? Whatever they like for pleasure, whatever they like, even if it's not that sexual favor, it could be something else. It could be something. It could be saying I love you. It could be, you know, whatever that person thing is. And if they keep asking you and keep telling you and they want you to do it and they want you to do it, and then you are not giving them what they need, then it becomes an issue, especially at the point of marriage. Because I mean, I don't consider anything before marriage. You know what I mean? Like I would, and that's what I was asking, like as for marriage. So at marriage, you have to I guess exhaust all possibilities. You know what I mean? And it definitely should have been a discussion before marriage, which is why I brought it up. And because as a person, he needed to see worst case scenario. If she just wasn't able to break through, wasn't willing to break through, is that a deal breaker for him?
Mm-hmm.
Because if he had to let her know that in the beginning, then she has to decide, now, is this who I really want to marry?
Yeah, exactly.
And for
And that's
me,
what
that's giving people the option. You know what I'm saying? Relationships, people don't
it
do
makes
that. You don't
question.
want to tell them. You don't want to give them the option, because you should always be upfront and kind of transparent, so they have the option. Do you want to commit to this? And think, you know what I mean, that there are going to be issues around it, right?
Mm-hmm.
If that was a deal breaker for him and he knew it.
Why did he marry her?
He married her because I don't even know if his mother's married or not, but his idea of marriage is tainted as well, like most people. So when you want to keep someone, people think marriage can keep them.
No.
And they don't understand the full connection of it. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not understanding the connection of it. I'm just saying different people have different definitions of what marriage is. But what I'm saying, as far as being a contract, no, the contract between you two people, the agreements, you know what I mean? Not only just your vows, what does it mean? You know what I'm saying? It really, there's not enough therapy, I think, that you could even go through to even understand before you get into a commitment like that. But what you need to understand at those hard times, rough times, what are you going to do? How are you going to get through it? What's going to be a deal breaker? You know what I'm saying? And give that person the option, because either she was going to be the type of person to say, well, I'm going to work through this, I'm going to figure it out. Or she was going to be a person, this is something I can't do. I can't get over. This is just not me. You know what I'm saying? So at that point, is it a deal breaker? Is it something that could end your marriage? Because like you said, he chose to cheat. And he wasn't going to choose otherwise, because if that was something he needed to have in his relationship, it wasn't going to change.
Mm-hmm. I definitely agree. So he should not have married her. Well, we don't know the full story. He's using that as an excuse. He's also put out there that she's cheated on him. What were you going to say, Hannah?
Lord. I was going to say, he talked about that she didn't give him oral pleasure, but he never said, he told her that he wanted oral pleasure. And my thing is, marriage is a big part of marriage is communication.
Mm-hmm.
And you never said that you never got it in the past. He never said that. He said at that time he didn't get it. But you have to realize they had 2 kids at that time, right?
Yeah.
They have 3 now, right? You had 2 kids.
4 now.
4 now. So they had 2 when he started this.
Mm-hmm.
Not only that, she was a businesswoman.
Yeah.
Building the business.
Yeah.
Never said that she wasn't taking care of home. Clearly, you was still putting babies in her.
He acts like he put her on, because he was like, you were a teacher, and she was like, you were a teacher 2 weeks before me.
I saw that clip. Like, sir, we both were teachers. But my thing is communication, because what is something he was doing that Mel didn't like?
Yeah.
Like, he never said, oh, I gave her what she wanted. I gave her her needs. All he said was, she didn't give me this at this time. I'm sorry. That is an excuse.
Mm-hmm.
That is not a legitimate reason to step out. Because when you're married, you have to communicate. So maybe your significant other does not know, okay, you're not giving me, well, Ken, I want to be politically correct. I don't want to say what I want to say. You're not giving me enough oral sex. At this moment. So if you communicate that with your partner and say, you're not giving me enough oral sex, I would like more, you have to let your partner know. And everybody's not going to get married. So I'm not even speaking about married people. If you're I'm not talking about people that just start dating. I'm talking about committed relationships. Yeah. If you in a relationship, you trying to get to that level of marriage, you're at that point where you're like, you know, this is this, you have to really communicate. And a lot of people don't realize you can get what you want if you can communicate sometimes.
Yeah.
Because all you have to do is say, well, I don't like this, I don't like that. Or sometimes the other person don't know, like, wait, it's not after dark. It's not the men's night. So I'll keep it PG because I was about to go there. But it's certain things that us women might like, and a man might think, oh, maybe depending on the woman, a woman might find it too aggressive. A woman might like it. But if you don't have that communication, you'll never know. And I feel like that's just a crop of bullshit. Excuse my language, Candace.
Yeah.
I just really feel like that because he never said Mel never gave him oral sex. He said at that time. And then this man decided to say he was in a commitment with her. Is marriage not a commitment?
Yeah, he was in a commitment with his side chick.
Is marriage not a commitment? When you stood up in between a pastor, relatives you might have liked or not liked, whatever, and you vowed to take vows to that person for death do us part, you decided that this is my commitment.
Yeah.
Because I mean, I've been married before. Candace, you've been married before. You're married twice. I'm on my second marriage, about to be.
Yep.
Okay. So, so I mean, when you sit in front of people and you make those vows to people, you definitely make a commitment to say, this is what I want. So for him to say he was in a commitment, like he wasn't in a marriage, I feel like at that time, first of all, I'm going to say this too. I got married very young. And when I was looking at when they were talking about what the age they got married, I feel like they might have got married too young.
Yeah, they married right after she got out of college. Yeah. And he's only, I think, 3 or 4 years older than her too.
They got married really young. And also, I don't think they took I think that he saw Mel. She knew she was a beautiful woman. Mel does have a good mind. You can see she's very business savvy. Even if she was a teacher, I didn't know. I just see her from the show. You can tell that she's very business savvy and she can see it. So just like men are physical creatures, they can see. They don't look at us like, oh, I wonder what her mom look like. They see the women on the outside, but when we start communicating with them, they get to know us. And he saw that from back then. You could tell from the person type of man he is that he saw that. So I feel like maybe, I'm be honest, I don't feel like they're really divorced. And I feel like if Mel didn't, if Mars, only reason they will be officially divorced is if he had the baby.
I think they are officially divorced. If you go to her page,
he had the baby.
Yes, I believe the young lady had the baby in December, so that's when she was due. So the baby's
his baby.
We don't know. They haven't talked about it, but I know Mel is that relationship is over. She's over it.
Really?
Yes.
No, Candace.
They're not getting back together, Hannah.
Don't say that, Candace.
And she started seeing somebody else from what they're saying in the streets.
As she should, but
so I want to get y'all final thoughts on everything. Or Lashida, did you live in Huntsville and Lashida ran into Martell like a week or two ago.
Lashida.
What?
I thought you were frozen.
I run into Martell all the time. But and I know Melly.
You need to ask him to come on the show. Yes.
That part.
I'm more interested in having conversations with them for the building part because I'm in architecture. So I don't really get in their personal life. But I do know Mel from teaching.
Okay.
But final thoughts about this.
On everything.
On everything.
Yeah.
On everything. Females are definitely underestimated and underappreciated. And as we go into female month, which is March.
Woman month.
And concluding Black History Month, We definitely have to put both on a pedestal. I mean, we have two superpowers, being that we are female and that we are African American. Just because we sit quietly on the bench doesn't mean that we aren't running the game.
Mm-hmm.
So, out of respect to that, we respect people, we respect men, we respect our men, whatever. And I think that respect should be reciprocated. And moving forward, just being able to communicate more, to being able to explain who we are more, and for males to be able to understand and to be able to listen builds a better relationship community wise.
Okay.
I'm all for the community.
I like that. Thank you, Lashita. Hannah, what are your final thoughts?
I'm a little tipsy. I'm gonna say my two final thoughts. I really respect you two women on this panel that Candace has provided for us. Like, I respect your crafts, the woman that you are, the verbiage that you speak every week, your intelligence. I really respect that as women. And I do want to say that women can get along. As you can see on this panel that Candace has created, that we can get along. We respect each other. We will value each other. And also, even if we don't know each other, like even if I didn't know Lashita, if I'm walking past and I see her in something, I'm going to stop. Mm-hmm. I'm going to make sure she's okay. Mm-hmm. And depending on what type of shoes I got on, I might jump in it. But I feel like women have that universal connection. Mm-hmm. And I just respect us as women. I also feel like if you feel like you're a 10, you are a 10. Don't let nobody tell you a 9, a 8, a 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Whatever you feel like when you wake up in the morning, when you look in that mirror, when you singing in the shower, whatever you feel like, that's who you should be. And I feel like we should just be happy no matter who you are. Mm-hmm. Don't let anybody destroy your self-confidence, because people can take away whatever, but they can't take away what you see in yourselves. Mm-hmm. And I really appreciate you having us on tonight. Like I always say, I really respect your platform that you have for us, because a lot of people, you women respect us as women. Mm-hmm. There's people out here who don't actually respect us. And the fact that we do have women that show that we respect and can talk, can have good dialogue. Even if when you had a men's panel, we still can have that dialogue and still be ourselves. Yeah. That's very respected, and it's rare because the younger generation does not have that nowadays. Mm-hmm.
Say that, because
they have that nowadays, and we over we are our 20s. Mm-hmm. We out our 20s.
Double that.
I mean, but I am happy and grateful and thankful that we were in a generation that came up who have that type of thought process, who were told and taught a certain way, who had women in our lives and men in our lives who actually let us know. Mm-hmm. And had universities, mm-hmm. who had, even if you didn't go to college, everybody didn't go to college. Mm-hmm. And I don't encourage my kids to go to college if they can go, but you can see YouTube artists now don't go to college and they make money. So mm-hmm. I appreciate Candace having a platform we could come on and be ourselves, be boisterous, and get along as women. As Candace's first topic stated, does women get along? Yes, we do. You see it on this panel.
Yes. Yes. Thank you, Hannah. And I want to thank Bree for watching. Thank you for always being supportive. For my final thoughts, I definitely enjoyed the show. Thank both of you for joining me. Y'all are all like my faithful people that come on. Hannah, you blacked out for a second. But yes, I love what Hannah said when she said there are some women out there who don't want to see us come together. And I'm going to say this on my platform because this is my fucking platform today. So to address, I was on a previous show to address the pick me that was on there. First of all, the definition of a pick me is a woman that puts down other women or bashes other women to uplift men. They have, what is that? inside misogynoir. They basically are like misogynists inside themselves and hate themselves. So there was one on there, and she asked me, she said, wouldn't you be a pick me because you're calling me out as a woman because I don't agree with you or whatever? And to me, no, I'm holding you accountable as a woman. She felt like toxic masculinity did not exist, but toxic females existed. First of all, I'm a female, but I'm a woman first. That's the human aspect to me as a woman, is being a woman. Secondly, you're still a pick me. You're always gonna pick me, and it's always gonna be a pick me. And I don't know if I'm gonna do the show again, because if I come on there, you might get all the smoke that day. So enough said. I had to set it straight. I won't call her out because she's a young woman that is still kind of lost. So I will leave it at that. I said what I said. You can subscribe to me if you want to, but I'm gonna keep it all the way real. But all right, thank y'all for watching. Sorry I had to say that, but I just wanted to say that because at that time I was a little tipsy, and if I would have gave her the smoke then, she wouldn't have been able to take it. But
got it.
But thank y'all for watching.
What's Queen Latifah? What was Queen Latifah's song?
UNITY.
UNITY.